This 26 Sports and CCTV high school basketball presentation is presented by Cadillac Casting Incorporated.
All righty, everybody, it's 19-9 as we get ready to start the second quarter. The Vikings came out, Jason, with some pretty good three-point shooting. Last game they made a dozen shots from that three-point line or beyond.
Yeah, they're right on pace for that. They hit three of them that period, and three different people hit them, which is nice too.
And I believe they had 5 the other night. I'll double-check my stats from that. And, nobody really in foul trouble right now. It was a pretty solid first quarter. I saw a lot of early season game kinds of things that you might see, some travelings here and there.
Yep.
Not controlling a pass, that kind of stuff from both teams.
Both teams have a sophomore that contributes pretty heavily, and both sophomores had a turnover. And, we did get word that the girls who are playing in Reed City tonight are up 20-3 at the end of the first half.
Girls basketball
into the first quarter
starts this week, so you're seeing Cadillac girls down in Reed City, Cadillac boys up here. As Tip Baker hits another one of those big threes. Back comes Reed City's Jackson Price. He kicks it over to Worth. Worth's shot is off. Back come the Vikings off that nice rebound from Evan Bohr. Mickelson penetrates, drains it. 5 quick points to start the quarter by the Vikings, make it the 10-point lead up to 15.
Yeah, and Cadillac's defense is really leading to their offensive scoring. They get the ball and they have some quick strikes.
And even that basket right there isn't in an offensive set. That ball never really touched many players' hand. And I know that always makes it a little harder, I think. That shot's a little bit off right there. I think that was 33 for the Vikings with that shot. Levi Klotz.
Yep, and great job by Evan down there, really working hard on the offensive board, and ended up getting Reed City to knock it out of bounds. So Logan Wild's going to check in for Cale Mickelson.
And looks like he's going to be taking it out. No, that's Evan Bohr taking it out here. That's Wild, back to Baker. Looks like they're going to swing it all the way around. Baker penetrates. And we got an offensive push called right there.
It's funny, you watch some college games and stuff, and that play happens 10 times every time down the court where somebody's running into somebody. And I guess in high school they don't want them to do that, but
that was an interesting call, I thought. That's Baker's first foul right there. We got a loose ball on the floor that's picked up by the Vikings. And again, we're seeing a little bit of that sloppy play here that you kind of expect early in the year. Off of both teams right here. The Vikings with that 13-point lead.
And Tip knows better than that to throw it, and that's a tough cross-court pass.
Back comes Reed City. Worth with the ball right here. Vikings do look for that double team. And once again, it's a nice basket, but you're not seeing a lot of ball movement by Reed City. I think because of that Vikings traps.
Yeah, that was kind of, hey, Worth, take it in and throw it up off the backboard and hope it goes in offense. Good to his credit, he made it, but it is something that, like you say, was not really offensive set.
Reed City goes a little more pressure on this inbounds. Baker's bringing it up, guarded by Jackson Price. He drains another 3. I think that's his second of the quarter. Back comes Worth, and he's going to go to the basket again.
Yeah, that's a tough shot when you're drifting off like that, and Cadillac looks to run a little bit.
Number 1 for Reed City, Jackson Price, blocks that shot attempt by the Vikings, Levi Klotz. That's another one of those that Levi just didn't catch quite cleanly, and as a result, he wasn't able to get much height and elevation on that shot.
So Cadillac's up 27-13 right now, and there's 5:38 left in the second quarter.
Mickelson with the turnaround jump shot that's off. Back comes Jackson Price and Reed City. It's kicked inside. Penetrating baseline, kicking it out to the far side for a 3 by Worth. That's off. Off the pass right there from Preston Johnson. Vikings swing it across over towards the Reed City bench, and we've got a foul out there called by Peyton Hansen.
Yeah, anytime you get 2 hands on them, the point of emphasis is to call a foul. Looks like Charlie Runson's going to check in for Levi Klotz.
Vikings will take the ball out of bounds underneath Tip Baker as the Vikings look to run kind of a couple of screens here, maybe a screen-to-screener kind of thing as Reed City stays man-to-man.
Yeah, they haven't really got a good, easy bucket off an inbounds play, which they do pretty well sometimes.
That's what the Vikings ran there as Rundstrom set a screen for Mickelson on that inbounds and then floated to the far corner, but Reed City was ready for it. The Vikings do a nice job of being patient right here. Get a good drive to the basket. Aiden Raphael with 2 points.
Hey, good for Aiden. He's got 8 points tonight, 9 points actually, and he's taken the ball strong to the hole several times.
A little high screen this time from Reed City. A little 2-man game between Sayez and Preston Johnson. The Vikings defend really well. And off that penetration, Josh Munn gets a layup. 2 points for him.
So Cadillac leads 29-15, 4:22 left in the second.
That's one Mickelson will want back. And as a result, Raphael picks up kind of a cheap foul, about 80.
You know, and Kale made a nice move
basket.
to get to the basket, but unfortunately he didn't finish.
It looks like Kale right now is able to get to the basket pretty much any time he wants out there against this Reed City defense. We'll see if Raphael stays in with those 2 fouls right here. Comes that high screen again.
Looks like Barczewski's checking in the game for him.
Kaling misses his 3. Johnson and Raphael tie that up out underneath. And it'll stay with Reed City.
So number 42, Alec Barczewski, comes in the game and replaces Aiden Raphael, like you said, Dan, with a couple fouls.
And we probably won't see Aiden back this quarter.
Yep, I mean, he's playing pretty well. You don't need him to pick up his 3rd. And
yeah, especially way back where he did get it. We got a foul on 42 White with a hold, as I could hear that all the way up here. Looks like Alex Barczewski.
He tried to, his man was cutting pretty hard, and I think he got in his way. Even gave him a little grab on the way by.
Reed City's still down by 14. Inbounding it underneath their own basket. Zach Sayez with the ball. He's being guarded by Logan Wild of the Vikings. Reed City goes back to the 1-4 screen offense. Vikings trap that. Well, that's a good call right there. Charlie on his
got both hands
defense
on
to
him.
come out. Just didn't have his feet set, got his hands on him, and it looks like Cody Kyling will step to the free throw line. He's 1 for 2 right now from there.
Reed City's on a little drought here. They've only scored, 6 points this quarter, but
that's short. Mickelson with a rebound.
Kale's got about 4 or 5 rebounds tonight. That, he's a big, strong, athletic kid, and like you said, his matchup is in his favor tonight.
Baker in the corner. Gets a screen from Barczewski. He floats to the corner. Is not open. Cross court right here. Good looking jump shot from the corner right there. Logan Wild, junior for the Vikings, drains another 3.
6 threes tonight for Cadillac, so they're keeping with their 3 per quarter, and they got lots of time left.
We want to let everybody know that the 26 Sports and CCTV crew will be back in this same gym this Friday night as Traverse City comes to call in here. That ball went out of bounds off of the Vikings, and we got a timeout by Reed City. Jason, you want to give some
Yeah.
folks some of that information online about maybe the DVDs, or even if there's somebody out there that might want to join our crew and run a camera or something like that?
So the DVDs are actually available at cctv-cadillac.org or mynews26.com. You can order a single game or pre-order a box set. Girls, boys basketball, and hockey are all three available. The box sets from football are still available for Cadillac, Lake City, McBain, Mesick, and Manson. DVD orders support the cost of equipment and professional supervision of students. All sports are produced in cooperation between the Wexford Misaki Career Tech Center, CCTV, and MyNews26. Student-run cameras, graphics, instant replay, supervised by a pro director. Games air. First game night is at 10 p.m., I think.
10 o'clock
air.
tonight. Yep,
And
if you're
then-
watching tonight, December 4th here.
Yep, and the replays.
Replays
come
on the
throughout
weekends.
Yep.
And then over the holidays, you can always check out 26 Sports and CCTV, cable channel 13. You'll see different broadcasts, even of some of the football things. And you can always go do the streaming thing online.
Yep. So here we go back. We got just under 3 minutes left. Cadillac is up 32-15, and they've switched back to man a little bit.
So we are seeing what Coach Benzenberg did say that Cadillac wasn't going to drop in from the wings on this penetration. Reed City hasn't been able to make too many of those, but in this case, Anthony Pelton with a good offensive rebound.
Yep.
Picks up a foul on the Vikings, number 4, Cale Mickelson, which is his second. So between the 8 fouls that the Vikings have, 4 of them go to Mickelson and Raphael.
So
Both free throws are missed.
Yeah, Evan Bohr comes in, gets a nice rebound on the free throw, and that's what you want out of a sophomore, come in and change the game a little bit.
This is a young lineup here for the Vikings. Is right now really playing experience-wise at the varsity level. Pretty much Tip Baker from last year's team is about it.
Yeah, Aiden got a little time last year,
Yep.
and
Aiden and Cale are kind of on the bench, so the group out here is pretty young.
Yep.
Nice job of being patient here by this group. Reed City doing a real solid job on the defensive end here too. Rundstrom up top, he's going to penetrate, throw it up off the glass. It's a little bit long. Back comes Zach Sayez. He uses that high screen.
You know,
Vail.
Alex Barcheski actually didn't play as a sophomore.
Right.
And he came back out here as a junior.
Yep. Hansen with a basket right there.
Reed City still playing a man-to-man defense.
I think this is where I'd like to see Baker be maybe a little bit selfish.
Yeah, be a little more aggressive. And
I think he's got to at least penetrate and find a shooter.
you know, and he did right there once. He hit Logan in the corner, and Logan hit a nice three. And I think the offense does pretty well when it centers around him.
Vikings with the 15-point lead. This will be Mickelson in the backcourt. He's guarded closely by number 11. Josh Mund beats him. There's that floater. Oh, nice runner right there, just a little long as we see big Anthony Pelton with about his 5th rebound of the half.
Yeah, I'm sure he was instrumental in their football run. I think they went quite a ways into the playoffs and lost a heartbreaker. But you can see some of the guys that probably were on that team.
Vikings, Charlie Rundstrom defends that pretty well right there. And back comes the team. Swings down to Baker in the corner. He goes behind his back, defended very well by Price. Excuse me, that's Sayez.
And like you said, Dan, be a little aggressive, and you know, maybe he dribbled a little too much, but that is going to open up things as the game goes on. So
with Aiden, Raphael, and Cale Mickelson going to the bench with a couple fouls each. With about 3 minutes to go in this half, the Vikings have maintained that lead. And that's kind of what you want at this point in the season. A month from now, this group of kids that haven't had a lot of varsity playing experience, they'll have 6, 7, 8, 10 games under their belt. That's a whole different story. But early in the year, this is tough for the Vikings.
And Reed City's a good game to go before some Big North conferences, and not that they're a team that is an easy game or anything. They've had a lot of good teams and good athletes.
Barczewski with a very solid defensive rebound right there. Pinned his guy behind him. He was able to even let the ball hit the floor before he grabbed it. We got a 30-second timeout, maybe a full here by the Vikings.
So our sponsors tonight are CCI of Cadillac, Cadillac Tire, Fox Motors of Cadillac, and also Pizza Plus. So thank you to the sponsors, and if you would like to be the sponsor for one of the basketball, hockey games this year, you can contact the station.
For the Vikings heading into this game, after just a couple of games so far this season, Aiden Raphael has been averaging about 14 a game. Mickelson about 12.5, and Tip Baker 10. Levi Klotz 9. So some pretty good things here by the Vikings going on after a couple of games.
Yeah, and looking at the stat sheet tonight, one of the positive things is 5 different people have scored. 4 different people have hit threes. And, that's a balanced scoring attack that when teams start to scout, you kind of say, well, who do we want to stop? Well, I don't know. They all can score. Not a lot, but they all have the ability to score.
All right, with 13 seconds to go here, the Vikings get it out to Baker. He's just going to sit on it and look to penetrate. Goes to his knee, gets it off. And just like that, Levi Klotz drains one of those big threes at the buzzer. Jackson Price three-quarter court shot falls short. The Vikings take a lead 38-17 heading into halftime, everybody. Jason and I will be back with a little halftime wrap-up here. You're watching 26 Sports and CCTV's broadcast of high school basketball.